Hey, good morning, friends and neighbors. It's, I don't know what it is, July 8th, July 9th, 8th, I believe it is. And we finally got rain last night. Local news, they're saying we got 2.3, but every place else within just a handful of miles around here got anywhere from a couple of hundredths to maybe a half inch. So take it for what it's worth. I don't know. I seriously doubt we got 2.3. So anyway, we'll take it, whatever it was, because we desperately need it. So anyway, today is the day. We're gonna start taking this down and find out what the issue is with it, why my great uncle started to take it apart. And I'm gonna let you know right now, save you a headache. If you're looking for a total restore job and all that, it's not gonna happen. Not right now. We're gonna take it apart and see if we can figure out what my great uncle thought it needed before he passed away and on down the line. Now, we do have one issue. I don't know why you can roll the flywheel so far both ways and it comes to a stop, a soft stop. And I doubt if it's compression that I'm hitting. And I'll tell you why. When I went and picked this tractor up from my great uncle's place, the head was off, the radiator was off, the fuel tank was off, the hood was off. And the pistons were still in it and connected. But my wife and I, we spent like 45 minutes just putting things back together and hand tighten. You can see some of the bolts are gone and nuts and what have you. They weren't all there. We just used what we had to kind of hem it back up so it was all together and nothing got lost. And it looks like, you know, there's a pretty good gap here between the head gasket. So I'm sure we're not coming up on compression. That's why it's, you know, coming to a stop. I may be wrong, but I doubt if that's it. So anyway, yeah, if you're looking for a full restro video or something like that, you're at the wrong place, because like I've said in the other videos about this tractor, I'm going to take the head off, the radiator, the fuel tank, the hood, and take a look inside the cylinders, see if I can see any cracks, what have you, and try to get the mag working, try to figure out why it's coming to a soft stop. And then we're going to put it back together as best we can and see if we can get it started. You know, see if we can get it started and go from there. So once again, if you're looking for a full restro in this video, you're at the wrong place right now. That's down the road, and who knows how far down the road. So that's where we're at, and that's what I'm going to start doing now. And I'm not going to video the whole thing because I don't have this editing stuff all totally down pat. I can go through the speed, speed the video up to a certain extent, but getting it stopped at a certain place and all that shit, I'm not good at yet. So I'm going to stop this here, take off the hood and the radiator, and then maybe start another little piece to add onto this, and we'll just do it that way. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, friends and neighbors, I did get a little bit of scraping done, and took the air hose and blew some of the stuff off. I tell you, I don't you wouldn't believe this, but there is actually some paint under this tractor, and it's almost 100 years old, well, 90 years old, 1930, and apparently some of the grease that's on it has always been on it, covering the paint, because I don't ever remember paint being on this tractor. It always sat outside. There's the old Splittendorf mag there. It's got some paint left on the brass. It is a brass carburetor. It's not on there the best, but this tractor, the whole time that my grandfather had this tractor, it sat outside. It sat outside all year round. It sat next to the my damn light keeps wanting to go out on me. It sat out at the end of the chicken house, right next to a 53 Chevy car. And like I said, this tractor was only used twice a year. It was used in the spring to plow with a 216 John Deere plow, and it was used in the fall to run the thrash machine. And so other than that, it sat outside. I did scrape, well, I got the radiator in the way. Let me see if I can get you finagled around. I did scrape some of the cake off there. You can see a little bit of John Deere green. And try to get some light there inside that water jacket. Oh, my lights. And my light bulb is loose apparently, and I'm not going to grab that hot scoundrel. There's the inside of the other. And you can see down the top that there's a short section that drops down inside that, goes down, feeds the top of the block with water. There's no water pump on these old tractors, as some of you may know and some of you may not. There's no water pump. They cool on thermosiphon, is what circulates the water. And there's the radiator assembly. And trust me folks, that is one heavy motor scooter. It's got this old boy sweating. But there's two bolts right there in the top that hold it on. Two bolts down there and two bolts there. And that's what holds that heavy scoundrel on there. And I do have the fan. Fan's sitting back there, if you can see it. on top of the pile. Right above, we get right behind that. So the fan is off. I don't know why. I don't know if I'm missing something off the end of that. It is tight, reasonably tight for as old as it is. And so, oh, you see the exhaust manifold right here at the end of my hook. Oh, my light pooped out. It's been cracked and broke and welded by whomever, maybe my grandfather, I don't know. He had an old industrial Lincoln welder that my uncle, his son-in-law owns now, or did the last time I knew of it. So yeah, I'm going to go in. It's humid as hell in here. I got one fan going. If you probably hear it in the background, damn light. Let this light cool down so I can tighten up the light bulb and come back out and let the old twins kind of gather themselves back up, see if they come a little closer to the lower unit, because they're about hanging to my knees, humping that radiator off. And so I'm going to go in, cool off a little bit, get me a splash of water, and we'll come back out and get this head pulled off and have a look inside. So we'll leave her at that. And hey, friends and neighbors, I got a subscriber, Camper Van Creations. He's over across the pond, and he's building up a I don't remember if it's a 3/4 ton or a 1 ton van. He travels for work, and he's turning this van, it's a new van, turning it into a camper style with a refrigerator and what have you. And jump on his channel, give him a look. His brother-in-law is Jerry's DIY. I've been following Jerry for 4 years, I think now. And they're both across the pond there, as they say. And really nice guys. Go over and check out their channels. Give them a thumbs up. And if you like what they got going on, hit the subscribe button for them. Because I know for a fact that they like subscribers from this side of the deep water. So go over there and check them out, and I'll give them another shout out a little bit later. So I know I'm a John Deere fan myself. They're probably just crying watching this video, but you know, I guess that's the way it is. I've got more time than money, and when I have money I don't have time, you know. So anyway, follow along. I'll bring you guys back later. Thank you. All right, friends and neighbors, we got the valve cover or rocker cover off. It's right there underneath the head gasket. You can see it's a copper coated head gasket, copper on both sides. So I don't know if there was a wrong way or a right way to put it on, but it was on there. It came with all the parts and pieces. Like I said, the wife and I just kind of slapped it back together. You can see what the cylinders are like on the inside. They're a little rough. No, I'm not going to pull it off there and have it bored and all that happy shit. I'm going to take some emery cloth or whatever and get the shit out of there, so it'll roll all the way over. We got one stuck valve out of 4, so naturally I'm all out of my the stuff I prefer, the freeze off. I'm all out because we use the hell out of that stuff. I like the shit, but I did have to find a can of WD Worthless and sprayed down a little bit there. Yeah, that's some mouse nest you see there. I dug out, between digging it out with a wire and blowing it out with the air compressor, I could probably fill a gallon ice cream jug from right down there, that water jacket, whatever you want to call it. I guarantee you look back in there, that mouse nest been in there for so long, it's got like cave dwelling carvings on the inside there. I guarantee it. You want to see? No, I'm not going to call in any archaeologists because they'll shut me down for a major dig. But I do have the push rods that go in the holes there to push the rockers. They're in a trailer out back, and but this as far as we're going to take her today. It's only about 120 degrees in here. I got a fan going, but it's not doing any good except circulating hot air. And there's the old serviceable spark plugs. You can take them apart, one on each side. These are blue. What the hell? I better put my glasses back on. They're so full of sweat I can't hardly. Blue Crown spark plugs, and they are numbered 1F, or is that 1F or TF? TF. Maybe that's too much light. There you go, Blue Crown. Serviceable spark plugs. You take them apart, clean them up, screw them back in there. But yeah, that's as far as we're going to take her today, folks. She's hotter than hell in here. I've had enough. My jeans are wet, and I mean, you can see from sweating. My t-shirt, I could wring it out. I'm not gonna do that on camera. We're just gonna call it right here for the day. Matthew has to work till 7 o'clock tonight, and if he feels up to it, we're gonna put a AC delete pulley on his Buick. The bearings are out out of the compressor, and the compressor didn't work anyway. So we're going to put a delete pulley on it, and until he gets a compressor for it. So yeah, we're going to leave you here, and like I said, look up Camper Van Creations, and give him a thumbs up and subscribe. He's really a good guy. Him and his brother-in-law Jerry at Jerry's DIY. So look those guys up. Give them a thumbs up. And I got mud daubers. Oh God, you wouldn't believe the mud dauber nests that were all around the inside. Here I got one in my face, around in the radiator, and stuck all over this thing. So they don't bother you a whole lot unless you really torque them off, and I'm going to try to keep from doing that. But I guess one of these days I don't know if you can see him honking around. Probably not. There's about 5 or 6. There you go. About 5 or 6 of them in here trying to stir me up, or I'm stirring them up one. Here's my light stick. So anyway, give my friends a look, give them a thumbs up, and they'd really appreciate it. So until probably this weekend, we're going to call this, damn doors, we're going to call this video a wrap. So, oh shit, I got to put my old power washer back. So, y'all have a good night. And Shane, I know you've had plenty of rain. You don't need any more. But the rest of us could use some. And I hope you guys at Gosling, I hope you get your hay up. And I hope number one is feeling better. I did see that she had a little thing. Damn, get up in there. Had a little something on YouTube this morning, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. So, yeah. You guys have a good one. Take care, and I'll try to get this video up tonight. Happy trails, friends and neighbors.